Yede bang. Yawo Kumasi Dum Boshaba building. Ewo prisons runabout. Na yedem live Facebook and YouTube. And some of Batiano, the Edema Quatrine Benesen. GCOP Samuel Kwesifori. Ya wadi prosia fish ya Edria San Neno. Or the Jumadina baby ya ne. Why akwankwaja som ediamano
Emabuno eni aposifo edia boni ewo bibiani enamso ama enipa nson eneda ayasabia.
So come na shebe fia wo mo committee ye hwe apomudi hu nsem so de ato bia se wo be hya se na nte Ghana ba bia na o ma kire Ghana for hia se COVID-19 no ye kwa wo mpane
soafo wo hwe ye duma kuma bobre niam so na fe yensa aseso wo de ato dwa se empanifo edi niam pa egu akwan mu na Rosewood enua na wo mo eton no watimi asi ho ekwan
ye da so mra shebe fie na edom kuma wo ho no mra shebe fo no bia keka wo ho abom de ato dwa se de omeye bia adwasafo na konwa no obekoso atena se mbrase bedwani no omeye
edom kuma na saya kasa wonom se emfa ho ene de sasabro wode beye abrewa kotodwe wantu amerika enkonkwaje swami interchange eho besia no entum
na Reverend Isaac Osu Bempa wono na oye esusum boafo de man na adodan kwakufo ado na nadafo pa no wo so ne na ado nya fan bio adentia
Wei eni afoforo bia eka ho ena nwumire yabo ne bede ede ba besomo
na busafo yam fast da ma doctor Sami Faito enuro no de aba no edoso papa ye Sami Faito mixture eno nese kobase bia hotutuo wo so yam kro wo so ena moja taria anemia uhia Sami Faito mixture Sami Faito ointment no ma trinyifu iya proper free hono pimpo so woni mani nsa nyina dwiba kro de se mampele Sami Faito ointment Sami Faito balm ote balm ano se ehye na sisi yare ano odin beko fasra so eboa pa afo on site titiri a ohia bi Sami nro nya na ba bi atonto adro bia Mr Heba K wo Fred Mens happy ne happy dank no nyina nya na wo de afra won kasa wo 0242689317 Bosch ba electricals yenie enkania be na ape wires be na ape bobo be na ape CCTV camera adapter na ceiling fan standing fan ni nyina bi wa ha wo utwa akoto na auto no maako ye benya bia mam ye wonkra bata miensa adum ha ya no ye Bosch ba building prisons runabout be bia Oyerepa TV na Oyerepa FM ye we na adum ha ya Keys and Things building ye ne Republic Bank edi anim hwe pizza ya antiata akofo dan na mo ye number is 0541125339
Power Specialist Herbal Clinic was brana one saya de hepatitis B ena hawo anase wukotodwe enu no mpemu no enema bi etiti wa eye Power Specialist wono ena beboa amasa wa ha nyina ase atimi atuo na breast cancer no fomo kokora ya eku nipa day wo wura mo ewo Power Specialist Herbal Clinic ya wo betu breast cancer sem afe wo onkase ne ba biebu wo wura wa ebeboa pa na ye wo immune system a edu ba bia na nkwamo no ne ho ayemre edu ram ewo Power Specialist a wobeboa mo waduro ama nkwamo no akutia yade immune system no wo mo ho atimi ayeden afi ba no cough care herbal mixture na afi adua ya herbal tonic eni jirikajiri herbal mixture no so a ni nyina eboa pa na jirikajiri no eboa ma mema egina wo mo na so ebrane afi susu malaria no wobekwa akwaje adua ya malamix na odi atu malaria no ase 2017-2018 nyina wo mo eje abaso body a wo man Ghana wo hyire di kan se ayasabia ya wodi nubra ene habama esa yade kuma se feyi ase woni Jasper Fueling Station ene di animhwe 0244544422 Kel Chakwo toothpaste no eya process no kwa yade boa atwi yesen ama bibia atimi aye kama pa na Samara wono ene de abedwama so Food and Drugs Authority so agye tomu a eboa ama yesen no achi nam no aye den na yatimi ede abobobo enompem anumunka ene wo so kanetete ye nananoma ebra ne de ebidie atwi yesen no mo amobeka ye na emeyanum ete kama pa Kel Chakwo toothpaste ya Samara wade abedwama so no eboa ebeyi enumunka afiri ho na yesi ase nankum ni nyina so ase atimi atu ba bia ye ton toothpaste bia owura wa wonsa ebeka enupa ya na se paste papa bi na wode atwi wosen atufo ne be 0246864798 0246864798 Kel Chakwo toothpaste was a happy smile.
I was for happy smile there na ya kamo sa yenia ye no de ahia nwumere ya me Odiefo na na sabere pinamai na na penkra hene chame minim ni aba
Mame Frimpoma Cranche MFK for short.
Abusa for ensam no enie DCOP Samuel Kwesi Fori at the process finchia aduasanan na wakwa homeje monye finchia aduasia ama ene waya som kese pa akwankwaja som e de agya na kwan e wo National Police Training School e wo Tesano na numu na wakasa no de todwa sa sedade de kan wo da nyame ase oda Ghana for sensenjo for ya dayase afi process adwumakonum so no oda mo nyina ase de waye e de ama ono DCOP Kwesi Fori a ene wonya finchia aduasanan e wo adwumanum a wode nyina ba wieye papa post de wadi bi pa eduma bi kra no obeye head of police operations e wo Accra regional police command ho ebio osa beye public affairs director ewo prosi adwumakonum na wadi post bebre kopem say ene wo koya waya director general public affairs ema Ghana police service adwumakono na yentie nsem kakra o kafa awe ho.
As the sun rises and sets, so is our life wherever we are. It starts somewhere and surely ends elsewhere. The good book says, to everything there is a season, a time for every purpose under the heaven. A journey of more than 3 decades comes to an end, and today is my last as a serving police officer. Here I have a few parting words to 4 particular groups of people who were instrumental in my illustrious career. The good people of Ghana we serve, the media who observe, the gallant men and women of the Ghana Police Service who have worked with for more than 31 years and beyond, as well as my good family. To our people, Sir Robert Peel, a great British statesman and father of modern day policing, once said, the police are the public and the public are the police. You are the reason why we do what we do, to serve you, to protect life and property. We join the police service because we want to make a difference for our communities, for our families, for victims of crime, for the helpless, and for struggling souls, and that stumble through the very worst of their lives. It was never about pecuniary benefit, power, or fame. It was for the adventure and for the painful privilege of venturing into the hurting cruel places where we want to restore calm.
Any omotiye DCOP Samuel Kwesi Fori onene Director General ama Police adwumakono Public Affairs. He said the adwuma de nya de ba wiye na why som ade ama no. Na Director General Emma Ghana Police Service ya why in charge of religious affairs Reverend Father George Arthur. Ene gina ye Emma IGP kasa ye kamfo DCOP Kwesi Fori e wo mode a wabo o Police adwumakono mu wasompa na wasim so yahuna wo nimde wo and they said na owo ahofama no se kwabase police adwumakoni hia no nko a omo ndwom na ase omo ba ne nchen abaje nimde bia.
I say I go to you today. You join the living ancestors of the service. You really have volumes of expertise, knowledge, and experiences to share. It is undoubtedly clear that you be approached and contacted when the need arises. Computer can offer a wide spectrum of knowledge that only human beings can share their life experiences to others. Now a message to all serving officers and all workers of the nation. You will also exit one day, prepare for it. However, you have one challenging duty to perform before your retirement. Groom others to take over from you one day. A good leader, don't be selfish. Sell your expertise knowledge for the benefits of our contemporary and unborn generation. Help form, nurture, and grow the youth, the future leaders of our nation. Identify people with expected potentials and capabilities and train them. Your absence should never create administrative gap, but an opportunity for others to continue. Don't ever deceive yourself to be the epitome of wisdom and knowledge.
We are Director General, Ghana Police Service in charge of religious affairs, Reverend Father George Arthur. Ya onu kresa jinamu kasaye ema IGP.
Jeffrey Apostle ensemone ya bo e de awuremu a abeto dwase emabunu bi akwaye ya kire e wo bibia ni ahweaso bekwai empatamwonom ya wo Western North mantam ni mu a enam so ama emabunu enso na sesei wonom eda ayansabia womafo be kaya yen kase bomu brebia atwamu ene de ba beto manyim se emabunu bi ya wonom ewo empatamwonom wode nkrata apie monteso a waye ya kire ede atie mpanimfo se gold mine company bia ewo honom Mensing Gold Company no womo e ba beto foma gudia e won pesoa no so a wanya wadwe so bema emabuni anyanyuma bi ayo na no enenam so ama wahene ye wo empesoa no so oye oje a wo yawje bi otoso emienu wono ene mahene ye wo traditional council won petam wonom ya wono aso eye National House of Chiefs President wono ene de sansem wanyina etudwa wo soma nananom ahemfu bi ya e won pesoa no so atipim hene ya wasahwi nananom atena konwa nana kwadwo bonya wotoso emienu ene di ahemfu ye ni mu a wonom ene Mensing Gold Company woko dina ensuo na no ene miamia hodo wo ba beto fom agudia no ekoyi apaye se wo ba be hyase ede aye adwuma no sansem ya emabuni etiye ene ode abufuo etigu monten so na oye ye kire ede atia nananom ahemfo ene adwuma kuo na wotu fom agudia no na aposifo ebamu a ekofa mentemo ase eba wone emabunu entam ene nam so ema aposifo no atwituo ene trentrentre ya oto ya ebia kekaka emabunu bese enson ena sese wonom egu ayansabia na yene emabunu ni bi etwetwe enkoma wo kire mu se kosi brese company no ebefa wo madwuma no wonte ase ema wo mo nhyase e wo honom
yani nyewule se informa bunu a ya wo babie ni ha no ya fufuo no ehunu se ya dia o mu buye obu fa respect kwa informa ye eduma ye abai nyame ene dia eduma ede adum ye enso no ma adwene se kwanya nyame dia ma ye omo eyi akwanya na afuro ye so no mo se wo omo ntumi amoa ye dia na che se ni babia a ye fa enti ye sese ye nananu mo omo betumi omo besi agira ye no mo tumi akwa ya nye sa dia ye so ye mpre ma hoho emma me fa ye so ye mfa so de emfiri ha
bibiani hina mpoli na bekono ito application no ma do akini say 97 na me bibiani yes understand mako banlo takwa mako banlo damai enso choke pani bia no ma to action ye ni mo ensimu ayi bebre enso we bibia no ma to e info fit takwa be hu ye wa ha do che me doza twa be hu ma oba ye wo say ade ntia bi na adwuma minya ya stay kwa metifie
okwa asole kura asofo se ye mompai ye nya fasting na adwuma ne nya den emra so se adwuma na ba so ko wo ye kurom ye ma wo adwuma ne bi ma wo no mo ma bontin so for no mo di o muska 7,000 10,000 na di o mo ba say awo mo poni say o mo ba no mo ye adwuma no wi a edu weekends no mo diska no ko no ma pa ko di no ma asa betna my sinigu ye youth na e wo bibie ni krom ye na ya kire kwanwa bompa ya ma my snaba na fe dia be du o mo pese mo be ma ye adwuma ni bidwuma na e koso no
so bi ka se dia youth ni ye si adwuma na ye ntoro ye mpa egbo ni etimpo nya asa adwuma na e be ye nkoso se de be investors no so mo moka na mumu no adwuma na aba krom ha ne dia wo se krom ha youth che benefit esan se omo ye blast na futuro ene nyare we be ba ne ade ni nyina no amafo ni jiska na omo de krom ni aso ya tra ha ne asofa from yare ya ne kom you try to run on nyina he high dan ya to dan buo mu bibia akoso mi ho adwuma no so nya bi adwuma no nya bi ya te se adwuma ne ba ne ya kire koma akoso si adwuma ente bi wo hono ma wo kwa omo so mo pese 4 years experience me wa don truck so this me fie na me pass ya bi amata so this is my sim na me ba dey experience wo so pe 4 years experience ni so mo kwa wo kwa atesra omo fa kwan bia so mo be feriu na omo colleague dada no mo ba bi no ma twom de aba
na me de mass ya question bebre ya hu se mass de back community mu a hu se be basa kira no de se back community ni mu e bia ya ba ya pe nipa bia 5 e bia kira no pe nipa 5 ye nyina community ni na be hia ni papa o be wenu no na de nipa na so wo sa ya de waba e bia
National Police Commander yo wo empetem wonom ACP James Achemfo Mwako ena de kwakwabo ema nananom ahemfo ye wo empetem wonom se aposifo afiase ayehwehwemu ade afasa ye kire ya emabunu no aye ne ho na posi ni bia ye behu se wo hyehyehye anase nananom ahemfo bia ye behu se wo hyehyehye kire no aposifo ensa so pa chi a emra no enu bedi
almost almost to apply before. So say. So who to apply before some baby? No, quite a number of them. Then penny no, not then why. Some Brahmins who say, where's the foreign best guess in me and we say, I see my seat, and I see my seat, we are. Sagana, in Chiobian town, and you'll be unfeeling. Some Jamie saying, to be throw almost 7 young round and there I am why. Me and 2 mountains from me.
Police commander, you are Bibiani and Yasu Bekwai and Petamonom, ACP James Achemfo Amwakon.
For young comrade Shabby, some comrade Shabby Wamukua, a here abomidi who so Parliamentary Select Committee on Health. Wamasha say Bekwa Pro. Ya, Wamuka Church or man for COVID-19 Paniano. Here saying na ye will be. Wamucha say a bin mabo, a bin pesomo. Now a more pesomo no. I do not touch the Dawson. You be say I and our and our bear my bay say and a bell phone and a bejojo, intim wajuma, intimin naso, intimin and send baby. I was saying, now know the one on Bebo. Doctor Nana, are you a free year? Ya Chamai, Ekasai.
Patronage for the vaccination, talking about COVID. Just like Rankin said, giving us about 18 million has been vaccinated, and we have the capacity to vaccinate over 22 million. What happens is, in any strike of COVID, any wave, all those who have been vaccinated the 3rd time, the 4th time, and those of us in the urban centers will be covered. Unfortunately, if there is a rage, it would engulf those in the rural areas who, through superstition and several other reasons, are not vaccinating. And these are the most vulnerable people in society. It's on this scale that we are announcing to you that starting tomorrow, the health committee is going to the various regions, and we are going to campaign for the citizens and for those who have not yet vaccinated to get their vaccines. And then we are going to use the medium and also as
Doctor Nana, are you a free year on a chairman, Parliamentary Select Committee on Health? Nenwachino, Honorable Kwabena Minta Akando, and so a Domkumana from on a Casama or a Fapum de Hon, on the church and Semuchray.
Of the vaccines. Almost every member of the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health have vaccinated. And a lot of people in this country have also been vaccinated. And so most of the things people are saying about vaccination are not true. So we must all be on board to educate the people, sensitize the people to vaccinate. At this point, I'm also encouraging the Ministry of Health to come on board, because it's as though COVID is gone. And so we want to wait for another emergency before we start talking about it. And we are also encouraging the Ministry of Health and then the Ghana Health Service to make the vaccines available in our districts so that people can get access to the vaccines whilst we are encouraging people to go and take the vaccination. I thank you for the opportunity.
Honorable Kwabena Minta Akando, minority no, on a Kasama for spokesperson on health at the Mawomo.
Jeffrey Sansamonea bought a dear ransom for promotion, so say a Facebook Live no, a Oyerepa Radio. Oyerepa Radio. We would have one hour share and will be so and ya be a shame. Swafo wa hwe yensa se ene oduma kuma bobre ensuom wonumanya for Samuel Abugina Paul wano ene de ato ensentrofo anim se asoye wonum ehwe yensa se so Forestry Commission no wonum eye hyehyɛ bi na wakeka niema asiani apaw abadwaku obehwe lawsuit ne kra ena fani twaso ewo omayimum pani akiremu a wase asoye no ede tabono anasa sobo ato se de beti akwakotwetwa lawsuit no ede afiri yakwaye bretuo mum yaye ho adwuma ne yakra ede akwankofo amanso wase bɛkae a afempim yɛ no ane aduonu baako 2021 August bosu minimum ɛna Rosewood ya yɛkan enua no containers bɛsɛ edumiɛnsa 13 wɔnom adi free alatayo Nigeria ɛbɛpia mu ɛwɔ magane mu a na wɔba bɛyɛ ho adwuma ɛwɔ Temahaba asade akɔnkɔfo ama so akɔakɔtɔn na saa 13 containers Rosewood na wɔn de ba omagane mu no na yɛ $234,000 ya wɔde ba Ghana sika no mu a ɛyɛ 1.4 million Ghana cedis ya na nka enya nsɛm ketewa koraa eti saa Rosewood na nkrɔfo ɛyɛ ho adwuma wɔnom etwa sɛ yɛ kwaye ɛsakra ɛde kɔnkɔfo ama so no wɔbɔ mɔde bia so betimi ama wɔnom agyae na empanifo ɛde hyehyɛ bi ɛba yɛsɛ ɛyɛ wildlife bill ya empanifo de ba bɛto so wɔn de kɔ parliament na emrahyɛbadwafo no agye to na so wɔn gye to mu wie a kwan ɔbɛfa so na wɔde wɔn a etwitwa kyɛ saa Rosewood no ɛde akɔnkɔfo ama so adie no emra na ɛna bɛkyerɛ saa nsɛm nyina ɛto dwa ɛbra asoya wɔnom ɛhwɛ dawubɔ so ɛwɔ mayi mu wɔnom ɛyɛ hyehyɛ bi a na wɔyɛ meet the press afrɛ nsɛntwerɛfo no matwetwe nkɔmɔ ɛhɔ ɛna soafo hwɛ yɛn nsase soɔ wɔde saa nsɛm nyina ɛkɔto dwa.
They have placed an outright ban on the harvesting, salvaging, trading, exporting and importing of rosewood, and effective 2nd July 2021 we cease the issuance of the Convention on International Trade in Endangered Species of Wild Fauna and Flora CITES permit, which is required to legally trade in rosewood on the international market, where the cartels involved in this business ply their trade. The Forestry Commission has established a rapid response team, which is working with other security agencies to ensure strict compliance with these bans and to clamp down on all illegal logging activities. The Commission has also introduced a solar-powered electronic wood tracking system, which enables it to track wood from the forest till its final disposal, as well as a digital property mark and registration system, which allows loggers to register and renew their property marks from the comfort of their homes. We are also undertaking policy and legislative reforms to strengthen forest law enforcement. We have therefore laid before Parliament a wildlife bill to revise and consolidate the laws relating to wildlife and protected areas to bring them in conformity with existing policies in the sector. The Forestry Commission has developed an ecotourism book, which was launched earlier this year to promote ecotourism. We have signed a voluntary partnership agreement with the European Union, and we are implementing the Forest Law Enforcement Governance and Trade Fleet Action Plan to ensure that timber on the domestic markets are sourced, processed, and traded legally. Cabinet has also granted approval for the conversion of 156 timber concessions and permits into timber utilization contracts, TUCs, for consideration and ratification by Parliament. By the time we complete this process, we will become the first African country to meet the European Union's requirement to trade in legal timber, and the second in the world next to Indonesia, and it will be a major boost to the fight against deforestation and forest degradation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are also implementing the Joint Framework for Action, which we signed in 2017 with 36 cocoa and chocolate producing companies under the Cocoa and Forest Initiative, CFI.
Na pani amano anso wa watu aso ekyerɛkyerɛ nneɛma empanifo adi gu akwan mu ahwɛ ama yɛn sase ya wɔmafo awura mu a wɔsɛn no wɔn betimi ahwɛ so yɛn ti kwaye bretuo ho emra no empanifo ahyehyɛ ne nyinaa na sanse mu nyinaa wɔde tudwa adwoada wɔse committee no ebetena se na nyankopɔn ɛyɛ adom a adwoada ebeya wɔnom atimi ahyase ɛyɛ adwuma na saa Green Ghana project na yɛ hyase no wɔn apa ho abadwaku ɔbɛhwɛ ama enua ne nyinaa atimi
Our second approach to the management of the forest and wildlife resources of our country is through an aggressive afforestation and reforestation program to complement the work we are doing to halt deforestation. Under the Ghana Forest Plantation Strategy, a total of 547,891.7 hectares of degraded forest lands were cultivated between 2017 and 2021, far in excess of the 157,300 hectares of forest cultivated between 1963 and 2016, a whooping period of 53 years. We've also launched the Green Ghana project in 2021, where we planted over 7 million trees on the Green Ghana Day. And this year, preliminary figure shows that over 25 seedlings were distributed on the Green Ghana Day. We will continue to urge all those who planted to nurture the trees to maturity. And on Monday, July 25th, 2022, I will again have the singular honor to inaugurate, on behalf of the President of the Republic, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, a national planning committee to implement our flagship program of Green Streets project, which is intended to plant trees in the median and avenues of the regional capitals of our country.
Ene awoti yai ayeswafo wo hwe yensase ene odumakuma ebobresuo wonumanya for Samuel Abu Jinapo.
Yeah, that's why we mrase bejefie na yakwa mrase bejefie a ye oku a wo mne se obi di boni bi anaso obi ye bibi a emfa kwamu a wo motwe na so ana wotiatia ne nsem fam se privileges committee no na anu ada wo mde betu dwa se aswafo no ye mrase bejafo miensa bi ho a wo ma yekobolo wo ma mrase bejefie sanete dia o mre mehia wo na ye hwe o masem no ure kana Japan no ka ho koye enkramantem so afo koye na adwo asafo ka ho bese ne won koye eno ana edomkoma mara sebeje fie no omode atodwa se womati se MPP fo no pese wo mutu anamo bi na adwo asafo na konwa no ye twa esinchen na womobeka se wo se ye beto so abakura foforo na so edomkoma ne se wo ntia se ne ntia se kina emo nye adwo asafo sasan se adwo asafo nya mehia wo mo committee no mane enka bia nchom yente nanu asem tiade ne yakobu anafo saa Henry Boachi Yadom ya oye mmarahye bedwani na wono kure ye wasan ewo privileges committee no so ema edonkuma no ena ne nua Emmanuel kwakwansa bonkomo yi
enti na mekase mu no meka ede sisudua na se me de kasa na ba wiye se ekokuma wo parliament na se ye minority group no ye decision ya take and say by any attempt mo by to unseat Adwasafo no will resist. Yes, that is our stand.
Thank you. Adintra, because
as I say nipa no ye nti ne no asemo ye ye no asemo a you can rule now move to me be aso say it me declare sitting vacant to our standing on this no they said unless a right honorable speaker to declare the seat vacant as I indicate earlier.
Okay.
Say in I say guardian that the constitution as a standard they said Juma or parliament no and as a natural justice by law no obi appear before you are won't me be na sem behind yes stand committee no so you must say in your advisor for Dominic Kwabena MP when me appear before the committee enti ono de na sem de yen really was so but it say chairman of the committee no I say we declare seat vacant through the clerk, which is not by law, no. It is only the right honorable speaker who can declare Dominic Kwabena seat vacant. That is our stand. So we stand by our word. Say one man appear before the committee in the Nadia, any address are going to be on seat. Say me say many planning fee equal back on so say enemy MP or no MP. We are two or not a bit to be full for so. Will resist a committee no on the minority side if any attempt is being made.
Any amoti Honorable Henry Boachi Yadom or MP ewo akwatia na akwa mrahye bie so a privileges committee no ono na ewo so emadom kumano
Coastal Development Authority wanom edikrate PAPM Montenso ani nyina enkyere se mampani na Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ena ahye wonum se asundwe park ya kane mampani a wanya ne ba bi ekro Professor Atamils wonum esie no wanya hyehyeye na wantimi enye siesie ewo honum na timi aboa emeho ayakono na Coastal Development Authority etwa so eka ne se koda no wamo edikrate bi apia bonte ya wo kyere mu sese de be ya ebeboa manioma mu adaho na Ghana for enye gidie ewa ban no ene kodafo entamunti no wode hyehye puna na se niam bese ensu bi ena agu nkrata so a wo kyere kwan a wo fa so ede ye adwuma ewa asundwe park honom de di kan wanum se ICT lab bi library cafeteria ena fei asifat ya wonum eye ye honom no Coastal Development Authority etimi aye wi asese waje mu ede ama empanimfo afi concrete shed bia na se wo mo eye wo honom ena Aluko bondo yɛsɛ yɛ panel bi yɛso wɔn ɛyɛ ɛwɔ ɛna ne so tombo ne so no ɛno so wɔn awie completed deɛ ɛtɔ so mmiɛnsa wɔnom ɛyɛ fence wall ɛna afɛ 2 restrooms bi ɛde ama security foɔ no a wɔn ɛhwɛ asundwe park ne so ɛno so nyankopɔn ayɛ adom ama wɔnom awie adwuma ne nyinaa na wɔn a yɛ na ɛkɔ hɔ nom ɛkɔhwɛ adeɛ general public ɛna afɛ VIP foɔ no wɔnom ayɛ entrance papa bi ɛde ama wɔnom sɛdeɛ ɛbɛyɛ obetimi afa hɔnom akɔhwɛ nneɛma ɛwɔ asundwe park hɔnom ɛno so wɔn awie deɛ ɛtɔ so enum 50-meter walkway yɛ no so ɛwɔ emu ne nkyɛn anasɛ ɛna ne so no wɔn atimi ayɛ ne nyinaa awie yɛ wɔde taase papa bi atototo ho nyinaa na wɔn baabi a yɛ na wɔn afɔ ɛpakepake kaa anasɛ wɔn ɛde kaa ɛfa no ɛno so wɔn ayɛ no abɛɛfo kɔ yɛ fɛ no sɛ asphalt bi a wɔbia ɛbɛtumi afa hɔnom na akɔneabadie akɔ so yie ɛwɔ asundwe park hɔnom afei baabi a wɔn afɔ ɛbɛfa no wɔn abɔ mmɔden ɛde nneɛma bi tintintintim fam hɔnom deɛ ɛka no sɛ landscape bi a ɛno so wɔn ato fam wɔ kama etu fa wɔ atɛkyɛ anasɛ nneɛma bɔne bia ebi ɛma wo ho na nsɛm a kɔdafoɔ ɛka nyina ɛne sɛm ɛbrɛ a wɔn yɛ saa nsiesie yɛ na nadodan kwakufoɔ ado ɔde hyɛ wɔn nsa no efunu anasɛ his excellency John Evans Atamos namu no wɔn afa wɔn nsa anka deɛ di kan no afei deɛ ɛtɔ so mmienu sɛdeɛ amanfoɔ bi ne na mmɔnten ɛka sɛ wɔn yɛ nsiesie yi nti wɔn apagya efunu no anasɛ emu no akɔto baabi na wɔn wie wɔn asan de aba bɛto mu no wɔsi nɔkora bia anim na saa kyerɛmu yi ɛba mmɔnten a Jerry Ahmed Shape wɔno ɛne pani a wɔda wɔn ma no ne nsa hyɛse a wɔkyerɛkyerɛ mu wie yɛ no ɛna pani a kane na wɔdi akɔtene paa ɛwɔ NDC kyerɛ amanyɔkuo ne mu Koku Anyido ho wɔde abɛto dwa sɛm mampani dada wɔnyɛ ne baabi korɔ ne nua ni pompa Professor Atamos ni nua wɔmfa ewuo n'akyi hwehwɛmu a adɔkitafoɔ yɛyɛ deɛ ka ne sɛ autopsy no emra bɔnten ɛnyɛ saa deɛ ɛne nsɛm bi a wɔkeka no wɔnka na no entum na sɛdeɛ Koku Anyido ho wɔka ne nsɛm no sɛyi ɛne kɔɔyɛ
John Dramani Mahama refused to build Asumdwe Park. Deliberately refused to build Asumdwe Park. Nana Addo Dankwa, President of the Republic, is building Asumdwe Park. Is that what is hurting Sami Atamils? Tell him to produce the autopsy report of the death of his brother. John Mahama refused to build Asumdwe Park. Asumdwe Park is being built. Some board, Wawa board, that was used to cover the grave of President Atamils has been removed. And we are putting granite stone to raise the level and the image of the former president's final resting place. Is that what is hurting Sami Atamils? Ask Sami Atamils that in the last 10 years, has he ever visited Asumdwe Park to care for the remains of his brother? I have questions to ask Sami Atamils. Where is the autopsy report of the death of your brother? Where's the autopsy report? Where is the autopsy report? Sami Atamils has questions to answer.
Sami Atamils Branabeyi ensemmia no wunua ne wuye no adokitafoɔ ayewuo n'akyi ehwehwɛmu autopsy yɛsefa report no ebra na Asundwe Park no mampani dada John Dramani Mahama wanya nsiesie ɛwɔ hɔnom no ɛno ɛna mampani nana adodan kwakufo ado amampanifo ɛya wɔ haw bi ɛkɔ so ɛde ma wo no ɛne a wote yei ɛyɛ Koku Anyido ho
ye kwa homa no so na ye ne keme presiding member akwa akoba nkomo yera Patrick Kwanfrempon ni nyina ne sɛ ne yate e de free Manhyia Divisional Police Command ene sɛ wo mo hwɛ assembly members bi ya omo Manhyia South na bone be no mayi ntia police for hwehwɛ wo mo yi honorable Majoe
binya mejo sevru
ye da se waje so pa na bona de yate ni o sɛ ye police for ye wo Manhyia hwehwɛ Manhyia South Sub Metro assembly members bi e na abenti awada roma
omunya me dance na mentia Oyerepa chief nyina what ya it said they will see ehun local government structures no a system in shame you no be dane assembly no session no any ema yekoto ba yi preside member you other structures no set up to any town council say you to aba eno na nze be say na otwe ni ye chance say ye to aba no your 5 sub metro no Kumasi nti yato mansia no yato bantoma yato subi ato nsia so ba bi aka mansia south eno no mko akoto aba na nze basabasa bi si entiase anya adwanto mantime anto aba no eno na ade eche ya assembly members bi ese no nyema ekoso no administrator no esase omo so ompe mo how pia ba assembly no for administrator no nti omo kokko the nyema kokko brambram administrator no office na edinse bia wonya access na wonya office eno na nya nti ese administrator akwa report assembly no dey ama a police for yeti ye no let us say issue to one among say be ya enkonko fa how bia me assembly no
eti mahu assembly member kro na akoma police for na
oh there be in Ukraine o Ghana or parliament o so constitution no standing order so oba assembly your act your li your standing order and your bylaws but so oba assembly Ghana hanum institution bi Ghana bi issue act any li oko police oko army oko procurement oko finance will be anti assembly ni will be na institution bi a woni ma ebo no ho ban so over Atlantis is our parliament here the ma assemblies now or say assembly member be an work as a privilege in terms of court any security issue so but assembly member be a work be open at session 270 to session 223 now privilege or the man say assembly member be any technical be ansama won't even fast some police station so report to some of them out head because administrator working under the metro coordinating director. Over assembly will be a friend of complaints committee. Chaired by the presiding member or technical, as I said, your professionals, institutions, which is a strike, NCC, information, other department, you come one, said, we media some. If we are some could be a bobo card, the court to share your judgment to be implemented. And the commencement of the assembly, I be paying. It may be assembly members being a technical doing and you might be in Korea. Some members now, there will be 1 year. You will be cross or 3 months. I brought one thing on my assembly meeting. And the ages are some nice in my man. I couldn't be a man of council with my co-president assembly members. So the co-presentation has so much at the assembly. Near Isako, go Moncoya, Bonidu, upon Sabi, Omako report, and as I remember, Nakotonu, Bonibia, and I said, Basso, Juma, that's one in the work of Bia and Hawa. Which means fast some call about because myself say what them so child say we said idea say teachers be Boko head master be Diana want me go for place was am teacher for no school that's all report to my regional educator as a mature education director say ban say service soldier ni be abonere or balancer want my bonza place no go chen that's all report to the soldier for no more na military police no arrest say hand over my police diama have privilege you know. According to the Ghana Constitution, members of parliament, I had the assemblies. Atlantis, my privilege in there. See, I'm running assembly. And see the toll, said what the toll, a divisional police command themselves. System next, the internal issue. I see a dino, said the Rana Casino. To my menno, Akonyana, and answer one of the Abano, and Rama, my menno council with my report. Was a down, a cat assembly down, or a soft structure. Yeah, said it's a BBC, I see a council.
Yo, Niggas, I post for us what I say, Omuhunu, Munipano Krayades or Machin View.
Yeah, I am not a bad now, any person communicating among Frey, Umudio, but some occasions, the coordinator that I know, Umuna to Kanka Crap, will be between our board, Metropolitan and outside. I go mobile. I'm saying, better not ask them. No. Ya can't hear the because a man has a 7 million hour as an old community and as well my place for Betty. So call says Bana Ujawari. Say, but just members who go to my son and I almost know me. Then I went to make our office also and no management in Yamantina and then Yansen was some say about yes, in Tile ADR crown. Yan Yaman Secretary Court police station by a canning heaviness over the accounts or bonus so they are betting the a court police and answer court. I'm a court so on a one now and they say Apona or assembly member no Echo Blam Yano that's so Blam San answer Moko Tutu. Yeah, I'm a say you won't go to my men but on one because I'm saying and some no you see a back because you can't be assembly free and also won't be about my free to
na say ka kan yam say e be say me but na seven parent ni e kwa assembly na mrem no you see auto secrecy we dey say we crash very big diplomacy enye nsem nyina na e beti aka na bonti go we ya kana bonti a ni e say assembly na ni munyam na ni e fi ke assembly no ho inu nti yam be say be kan nsem ni nyina wa bonti ba se kokoye kitikiti a nipa de ya be kan nsem ni nyina the balance also near same to go at Abonti. If you go here to turn your mouth here, a dear soon you have submit to let me around. Now, service when she has out and call for maybe you could be an 18 akoso. I'm not going to fan into my platform.
Honorable one of him, Monica.
Madamas.
Yani Honorable Patrick Conference Paul and Abon Kume on the PM presiding member, Ma Kemi, or Patrick Conference Paul. No.
Na watwe mu ana mrashebedwane a wasome empeso no som wono anso ene dom kese no eba no dani e wo mrashebedwa fie wono manyamfo sa eche mensa bonsu ebe pie ne empeso so a embabunu bi ekohuru no etoto pie water no se wono makwan atetia pansam afeso ame interchange no a aban ahye ho boss oba ebetena konwa so a wobeye ediama asanteman no eno so akansensemu a empanifo enyoye na ukopie mu e wo mrashebedwa fie empanifo ede ebiribi ekoto wonom senkaja 140 million euros bi empanifo nyintum na wankwaje saa besia no emra emeye soame interchange na edom kuma ewo mrashebedwa fie ena echire mu sa ye chire na emabunu no yoye no entimi nhye mrashebedwa fie anase aban ne kete se wankwaje saa besia no entum na saa besia na wode aba beto mrashebedwa fie no ese mrashebedwa fo ni nyina ene abadwaku a wonom ehwe akwantempon ene yakwan so ewo mayimu no womo tena se ehwe nkrata no besa na wotwe ansa na womo ebeje atumu a watimi agi edi atum na yene pani a wakasa edema edomkuma no e wasa committee no so roads and transport Kwame govern agboza ena twetwe enkoma a wo kire mu se ebesi na kurampo no saa ya kire no ekoso e woso ameno kura otenase ya no ne tibua edwene a enkoyie esanse wo hu ne se empanifo bi ena hyehyehye mabunu no achi a ema wo mo eye saa ya kire se de be abani beba ne ho so na waba be ye kwan no ede ama wo mu na se saa na tie dia ene wo hye Ghana ye post sahine IGP said the course ya Madina mrashebedwani Francis Xavier Sosu wane emabunu bi ekohia ne kwan so se wo mo eye ye kire de atia ban no kwan ya wode sa mrashebedwani no efa so no saa na IGP hweso amede no na wonfa empanifo emfa so woni monyafo Kwame governor boza wane ensentwerefo atwetwe nkomo a saa nsem anyina ebetodwa.
In Parliament, the Committee on Finance and Roads and Transport are yet to look into it. In fact, as we speak, the parliamentary standing order says that immediately enough copies of a document is ready, it can be laid. It was laid yesterday, but as we speak, nobody has got a copy of that. So the question is, has it actually been laid? Because if it's laid and we don't have copies, and we are just hoping that nobody is going to tell us that within one day we should read those documents and pass it. We need a minimum of 1 week to be able to digest the content of that, to be able to pass it. By the way, we are rising on the 20th. So
I saw an interview with the MC saying that the people are our people. Nobody will be punished. I thought the IGP was almost interested in jailing Honorable Susu for being around when his own people were demonstrating around roads. So you see the same country, the IGP was not aware about any demonstration against the roads in Swami. And the fact that the MC said, these are our own people, I'm suspicious this was done to induce Flagstaff House to come to the house with a quick executive approval of that loan. Indeed, it probably worked for them because by close of yesterday, that executive approval was signed and the bill brought to Parliament. You can call it conspiracy, but some conspiracies are very close to the fact.
Na onmanyafo Kwame Agboza amano ansowa wato aso ede ne san etenetene aban no so se sasoa me interchange ya wonom ejo no kame se aban no agibosia beburu mienu anase ba akokora enti weina wamo ba beje no eso empanifo di kan ehwehwe nkrata ni mu yie ansa na emrahye bedwa fie won beje atom a womo age atom.
related works and other things. If you see what we have, what was laid yesterday, you can see, for instance, that 135 million euros plus another 21 million euros were all supposed to be part of phase 1 of the Swami interchange and ancillary works. So we are surprised to see another amount of money, $47 million for Swami interchange and related works again. Are these duplications or additional monies allocated for the same project? We don't believe that this is the right way to do. While we are not against any of these projects in principle, we think that there need to be some clarity with it. For instance, if you take lot 5 and 6 on which they've talked about, we believe that this is part of the project that was completed by some Brazilians some time ago on the Eastern Corridor. The real problem on the Eastern Corridor currently is the Nkwanta Oti Damanko section, which the Chinese have.
Ene awoti ye donkuma no kasamafo ya wada committee a wanum hwe ye kwan enafe akwantempo so Kwame Govern Agboza.
Yeda so wo mrasebejefie na mrasebejefie kwa asesena no wakwa akwaji sika bi atum eyelo bosia na Ghana ban enafe Import Bank ena womo akọ agreement ya womo agi atum ye African Export na busafo sika no eye American dollar no empem hanso adunum $750 million ena wo makwa akwaje atum yenua Emmanuel kwaku ansa ekomra sebejefie ho ne wode amaneboyi enam
yo wona mrasebejefie ade amrasebejefo atrase abubo ho ahwe ahunu se hu behia se eye adweso konongo dwaso ekwan no wo se eye no dual carriage sanso konongo eye adweso de no so so me dual carriage na so eye Swami interchange yesu hu hu message the from say hu behia se aban be sa project no se de be ya na timamfo ho be ham o eye Swami afenso ofiri eye kokwase e de pa nsawo mu a ehokwa na ya de atutubi pa na afenso hu behia se ye betrem na afrem akoba de hu nsam so atumi aye jojo no nam so ma enem na se bedam eye finance eye committee onyafo batin e de eye committee report be tuja ama mda se de fo no bubu na bro mbubu ho no eye kasaba for kasade ma do kuma no nyafo ato forcing a no deputy minister for finance e chere na adwon ho chere se ikan de ehu behia se na se be je to minister be o mani du no o mani hia moa ntinya de a o mbebo sa eye na to agu ne mo mbebo sa aban hwe mu die se de be ya ene ma e ha o man ya e ma esika se be ko nani mu no aban betu na hwe no ye fuo o nyafo to forcing de se be to down na se be mo a se no ka no.
I have serious concerns with Ghana's debt sustainability issues. The Speaker, currently, from the data from the Ministry of Finance that was actually positioned and published on the Ministry of Finance website, it is clear that in the first quarter, Ghana recorded total revenue, tax revenue of 12.9 billion Ghana cedis. Of this amount, Mr. Speaker, debt service obligations alone, made up of interest payment and amortization is 13.9 billion. Mr. Speaker, this simply means that the total tax revenue is not enough to service Ghana's debt.
Okay, na chairman na ono na order committee na no nyafo kwakuku ate former deputy minister for finance church Mr. committee this year no mudi nkomo na finance ministry edibetu omani mu no mu se pass parliament titumu a ade beboa ama akwan ahodo a eda ha ehu behia se abanbeye no ebetumi aboa ama mpuntu akoso oman mu kwakuku ate nso de nsem etudwa o mrase bedwa.
On page 13, it is important to indicate, Mr. Speaker, that the Ministry communicated that the above costs indicated are indicative. They are indicative estimates for the project, and that in the actual execution, the figures may vary. The committee, Mr. Speaker, having carefully examined the agreement, is convinced that the facility forms part of government's international capital market program aimed at raising funds to finance critical infrastructure projects in the 2022 budget. Accordingly, we urge this House to approve this motion and to approve this facility in order that we may reap the benefit that the facility would bring.
Ebusafo ye komra se buje fe enua Emmanuel kwaku ansa na to ye nkran na de okasa asisi atwa so no ewura kwaku kwaten a oye chairman wo finance committee no so
Afimpi mienu eni dunum 2015 mu wanom ena empanifo ya wanom ehwe ehyen ensam so ewo maimum okwapie mu ewo sunyane bono mantam ekropon mu a ewiem hyen bia wo honom sunyane airport wode credo ekwoton mu eyese wanom eyensiesie ewo ho natimi aboa amakwani abadie akonkan na enei suafo hwe akwani abadie so ewo maimum wanom nyafo kwaku oforie siama wode ne mpanifo aboanan ekwapie mu ewo sunyane a wo kire mu se enche bia sunyane airport no empanifo ebe pa ho entima na wagemu edi amadishi a ebe boa ama ewiemhyen edi ahyenfire ewo honom na onumonyamfo ekọ airport honom no enye ono nko na ekoye soafo a wo hwe enwuma na afi apadie suo onumonyamfo Ignatius Bafo wa ekobi a bono mantam no titinani a woda NPP amanyoko no ano Kwame Bafo abronye wono so ekobi na mrahye badwa ne wo Sunyan East onumonyamfo Kwasi Amia Kireme ene mpanimfo a wonom eda Ghana Airports Company Limited Ghana Civil Aviation Authority and afe enwuma ku ahodo ya waye ntotoe e wosunyane airport no wa mu nyina eduani kurotwa wisi a wehene esentamu ekwahwe de akoso e wo ho na no ena pani echire mu se wafa edikan wonom awie na wafa etoso emienu ya empanifo eba besi abrosan na wasan so aye enchichemu se eye departure ene arrival no bechemu na afei eka bia wonom aye ye wo honom na wahwa aboa ama septic tank anase wo ibi watimi aye hyehyeye no ne nyina so ebeka wo fa etoso emienu no ehom na onimonyafo ofori asiama ekire mu sem airport no wonum ebia no a ebeboa amadehye wo bono apoe ene afomatam ne mu no wo moniama atimi akonkan
you renovate airport no some take decisions be on be phase 1 we are near phase 2 because the phase 2 required more detailed work and some regulatory EBS here and here we phase 1 I'm hoping say enche they must start the phase 2 at the end of this year or the beginning of next year so this year the airport no was now there are you ready planes remember the first commercial flight of my metro front metro front then metro front no number the mom say indeed area but moja minute from chow yeah move man pressure what they are to me so one cry any ministers na come to be from the Chico Airlines no come some say two ministers no makasa say in the ban am say am contractors no say ministers some de ka tua oka na o ma ba kra magaye o tua contractor na ka ni no ma san for check ko bisa nti no misramu monta o mochi o ma ya they love this region o ba push me o kasa say ma o ma che o kasa mo beche ma do wa mo bi o ko
eni awoti yei ayeswafo a wohwe akwani abadie so ewo mayimum wonmanyafo kwaku ofori asiama na nankase no achi na managing director ya wada Ghana Airports Company Limited ano Pamela Johnson Tete wano so edit to just wohwe adwuma ya wade wani ekohwe ye ewo Sunyane Airport ne dia ene na 99.99% wonom awia enche bia wonom age go ahead e dia free regulatory bodies ne ho na watimi ahye adwuma ase.
We believe that the contractor and the consultant have delivered here today and feeling very proud that our airport is ready to start operations. We believe that the contractor and the consultant have delivered on time and to a very high standard. We are just waiting to start operations because it means a lot to us as Ghana Airports to also be able to earn the revenue that comes from a key place like Sunyane. We have a lot of the questions, a lot of the calls coming from the domestic airlines wanting to come here, and so we are thrilled that today as we are here to do the inspection, we'll go back with good news, and in a few days time this airport too will be up and running, and like all our other airports, will be earning us good revenue for Ghana. Thank you very much.
Wey ayepani kwanchirefo a wohwe airports company ne so ewo omayimum Pamela Johnson Tete.
Reverend Isaac Osu Bempa said the munim no na oye nanado dan kwakufo ado ne susu mu boafo a nanado sofo no nanado bompa ye mana anopa wi anwumre nyina wo beba pa wa nyina Reverend Osu Bempa kan ho asema wo bai oba pa wa nyina achi still na Reverend Osu Bempa ekoso abompa ye de mana nanado na sentwofo ne na di nkomwa ma wo de to dwa sese nanado nyina danfo biem wo nyina danfo biem wonu ko pe da woni ani hunu nanado a wankai enye nani kira asam kra ache papa adenti ananado na so ye tin ontie futu ena ontie mpaibo omukosi akra bo mpai kra ma na onfa nya adwuma ena mpaibo so de agidie ene ye de ye entiese ama wagya nanado mpaibo obo ma no omo mpai ma ne biem entiese bibi to nanado a woni mo hwe na woyeye susuye bi sen ono ne nanado no okọ bible mu a akoye so ne Samuel ono Reverend Osu Bempa no eye Samuel nanado ye so na twere mu no Samuel no ono de ono na de na nyame ayi no no wo ye se won ko no ko hira no na Samuel eko hira de nyame ayi no no na so den de se ba nwoma nyame se nko wo se hore mefiri bai ento wo se metwiaka menko ho wo se makwa wie kosi be sia de no ebi na nanado wo ye no
so we share Bible mu obem say na me na kasa Samuel say when am going to so Emma so president na bra so be president no ene man toki ene ma ye ro ade tna ene ma ye ro transfer strong so den afei na ontie bi na me e be captain so onye afei bi Samuel kra be captain so onye no onye ne sa enti bra ene ma ye bata kra na Samuel bompa amaso na me kasa tre Samuel se mo bompa amaso bi panse so atietwa eno tiri mi muso ma pani na kufuado akoma na kuta no a e ma ye mututu no kuma na sesa ontie bi na me be kebi ono ade ne pele ye de oye ena mpabo na so boma de bi atwa no se tre o ma no kan o sa kwancho etu de to sola e the same thing etu timi bi Samuel nyame be tibi yi atro difo bi se aswesi na be nyame be twisu ba sa tani pa na nanti nyame kwanso no dan ne no twi nyame kwanso a enema timi ya basta na sa wonti bi mu prophet no na kupo ado no enema mi kupo na ho ene sani ana ko sen kana babo ye no enye sa na e ko the first 4 years sama kan enema ye kama ade na pe bibia ye ro kama fere Ghana ko ane to de se bibi koso e bia wo tie nyame ni bi because kama ba me ben no ya kata trena tabi sami predia ane ni amakoso ba se no me no ni nkon nche bi ansi ba tanya obetimi akoso tabi sabe etna ko riverside ba utimi for so to on issue it is obetimi asan abre no ho aso man ho kwan dia enye tuli
okay
because na kufa na me nim no ni akoma papa na me nini no enya me ma bi ya ni se se ni hun tadi so na me su ma tawo chia so be tena na ko nyana so aye pama ni ma foso ni ebe
eno ana mate no Reverend Isaac Osu Bempa na akasa no
opedwa asewo
pa
abuzi afọ ye to aso
ojubili oni ono munya fan yo so ka ba omia de ma oni ba omia nya fan
se na wadwane ntinkom hye na ma
eba kwa wonka
asewo ede se no eba papa ewo mu na hwa no anka ba boni no de ebe cause fear and panic no no obeka na ye mo ahyehye u se odi tutu nsansa ko position a obesa aba ne ncha be panic show ya asemo ye nto akase aba no so am ana ne krom electoral area e wa Asante Achim North Mansini e wa Asante Mantamu na assembly member ye one person no so won wonyafo Peter Abaje e na apone ho e de akire Oyerepa kase ebo se wo bepiem e wa ana ne krom a wom de nyinam kane eye adwuma na so obia ne won ma otua light bill e wo honom na ode ne nsa etenetene contractor ye one person no so a wo ba ebesi post e de huma egu so etwa nkane a etum e ma wonum a wo hye bo se wo kwa ba na agya wo de meters abebobo enkane ne ho se de be ya wonya ede ye adwuma no ebetimi atua ho kana so besi nne wonya emfa meters no enya maye enti wonum ede nkane no eye adwuma free bonto ya wontua electricity meter ho light bia wo mo e bill bia na pani ede to dwa ebra na oman ni owo agogo nananom atenkonwa nana akuyoko sapon watonsa edi afre ne manfo ya na woti wonum anum nsem eniema eha wo mu na assembly member chire saade no eha adwen pa esanse mita no a emmo hu no a wo manfo edi light no eye adwuma no ebrebi beso ama ECG fo atwabo kese bia beto honum a eduru brese wonum etua ebeye den na woto so chire ne mahodo bia eha wo mu ewo empesoa ne so
madam ma oba yini won se obi ani won ma when you from say oyeye ko ewa ha no kwasam is a network problem into do o hwe enkonfo di twa ewutan na ebi fi ma me problem ebi fi kokoro ebi fi enwa ebi no ka say network problem ni network ewu ko okay se mo ko MTN for office on na to manamo kasa owuti mo de mo ni e ka ho a ebi tuma ye ntem e bia maye o ya buka fu ne gba na ni ko na mi di say futuo bia na ebu kwa no so na cha me he no enemy akasa say e kia fa o man juma banka ye fa ko na sa na tie no yes something true ya ye o man juma e 5 times o bo che say wo say ye promise it is ya e so ni to na afasi na kan na ni na ko na no madawo ma mo ayo sa kwa no so na mo ne ye NC be kasa ade ba ko bu ma e ha ye e wa ha no e ye anyesem e besra mu ni o hina na o te so no ye suspend no it madawo ma ni tu ma ni say anymore so na boy na ana ni ko fi ni ya hene aka ye ni ebeje no papa e ko so bi ye pe baby a ye be ya ma na no mo HS e kan no fa ko be ya cha na wona e chi woro no asase da woro mo kra sa no e wa ba se bi e ni pe mi no a o mo say yo mo dia e ye na mai hi ma na yinga doctor e ase abedi traditional council ye nya ho mo ye bia madam ma mo waye baby a o pa ponchi ato a wo bi ni bi no se nye ameni ko marketa o ko dura agogo e fi de duma ko nya aponchi e to ho no eti no netimi ayama aponchi ni nwan ene nkoko market no e ko so papa pa yi e wo asante a chema ma o bi fi papa pa onyi so amani ni ade na o che na aboa na odini a kire ameni kuma
Eni awuti yei eye assembly member yo anani Chrome electoral area Asante Achim North Mansini ewo Asante Mantemu na ni krokremu ena kronti hini ya agogo na nanom atenkonwa na na kwa minti eso editu dwase niema bebre ena ha dwen ewo empesoa no so enti na nanom ebam na watimi ahwe kwan a obetimi etu wona edi asisuo na waboa ne manfo
Shagana, you feel ya, I command and I to see. Send it vote ya. Go to a badia, who come to a shame. We have see ya. On precious. I will shut me a hat of man. I can't tell the baby. Yes, sir. I've been my bitch. Your father says, I don't know how come I said a punctual. Say, and then a bad government. I can look at this. I try to make it. Yeah, I don't know. You cross here now, can you? Let me get the baby. Yes, I said, yes, I said, the best thing. That's what I carry. I'm not a man. You have to get to I did.
Eni awuti yei eye kurati hina wa agogo na nanom atenkonwa na kwami inti
Oyerepa 100.7 FM Kasiabo na busafo masogo amutie ye bura so atwa so na yakọ amahodo so nsemu na otwe ba akọ atwa mo yede tomanim se Sri Lanka marashebedwafo no ene wo mampani ene kromofo nyina na asema to wo na asema na to mo na se omo mampani eye Gotabaya Rajapaksa wono na ne manfo ye demonstration tia no ena omukọ ne fie kọhyehyẹ eniema bebre kọsese eniema wo honom kọ wiase ne tintintitia ne se wo kra mo se wo kọ ba bia ba okodu Singapore apẹ no twa krata abro mo se wa resign wo kọ no ne yere ne ma ne nkrofo bia ka na no kọ ye na ne ho akọhia se mmarakwan mu no Sri Lanka man no mrashebija fo no ni speaker no toto niema kọpẹ se ibenya foforo edc na bra wa resign no na ono resign no na kọ se obato aba eti nipa mienu na edu mudi baaye do ye prime minister ho nom eye Ranil eye Wekre Mesing ena ba ko ka ho Dulos Alhaperuma na omukosia ye to aba no mrashebija fo ne to wo so aba na prime minister no eye Ranil no wonya emanu wo ha aduasa na 134 ena Dulos no enya aduotwe mienu na je se prime minister no mum aba be president sisi ye ewo Sri Lanka man no na busafo de tie ne se emrase bedwafo na wo mokoto aba no asema to wo pa asema to wo no say omanfo no say ye to omam ha ye say yempe prime minister na kura say ono kura no na asem guni chempa me ekosese ne niema ade na moto aba ma no no so aba bedi ye papa wo yade eno mbofu pa asem mrase bedwafo no ama omo na so amaji omadwe nkyere na mrase bedwafo na gina mutumi so ato aba no into omo so omadwa na so kyere mu a de oba be ye omampani no ekwan bia so no obehwe na de ba ko ye ya anya yie no se ahokyere ba omanu mu enema nko nyina no wahwe atoto ama ne nyina yiyi kase aboro nyina ye de esi ye ne abusafo ye som ye na mote ye ne eyeme oduyefo na na sabre pina man na na penkra hene chiame minim nuaba mame frempoma crunche MFK for short Emmanuel odro Korea ne yesem for penipa na ya pepra na president nyina ne abusafo nyina so bebo aye ye fan kaboy entoa so owura Paul Adoma Komensa ete swame no da beda yen se wofa ka eye design over here bia tro ye efri keyetia ba bia Kumasi zoo ewe no the course antase na wo kore se ne mpaboa ya wakwakoton crown bobo so no makomako ahanson 700 pieces sandals crown ibi na bobo so wo ja no over no mu tro no mu nti osra se mo ano nti metifo ne adrobafo a mutie yen ofa ka no zoo tempetema no de ko santase ne wagya ne mu so obi so huna oman ya so nte wo Oyerepa hanom metifo obi tien a no meti ni so onu so ne tien a won fa mra Oyerepa hanom droba wo so de ba hanom a eya crown kwa mpaboa crown ana betima fra no amu 0246 16 58 18 0246 16 58 18 one tima ndwempo a wo ba ye hanom a ye beje na ya frɛ no yɛde Jimmy Cliff eka hu bi husband material ena kasebo yɛde ɛbaaye empani etnase krasa sumbien kamo nyina
Oyerepa FM 1